For decades, property in the UK has felt like a guaranteed ticket to wealth. You bought a house, sat on it for a few years, and it went up, up, and up. But the story today feels a little bit different. Prices are stalling, mortgage rates are biting, and property investors are asking a question that I've never heard so loudly before. So has the golden age of UK property come to an end? Today we're going to look at the numbers. We'll also look at the history and what it means for the next chapter of the market. So if you're a homeowner, property investor, or you're thinking of getting onto the property ladder, this is a video that you don't want to miss. Imagine this. It's July 2025, the heart of summer, a season where typically sellers feel confident in listing their properties at high prices. In fact, a lot of sellers who want to sell during the winter, they say actually we're going to wait until spring and summer. And yet, this year, Rightmove shows data that prices have actually dropped by 1.2% in 1 month. This is the biggest drop in 20 years. This amounts to almost £4,700 cut. And new sellers coming into the property market are pricing cautiously, which means that buyers do have more power. Now, if we look at the time it takes to sell a property right now, 63 days, that's up from a year ago, which was 55. And yet, if we look at buyer demand, it's actually up by 6% compared to last year. It does very much feel like a market that's stuck in limbo. Not booming, not collapsing, but just fragile. And it seems to be the trend that I've seen since Brexit. And it's a question that buyers and sellers ask me all the time. What's the market doing? Well, it's pretty much flat over the course of the last 8 years. Spikes here and there, dips here and there, but pretty much flat. If you're finding this video helpful, make sure you smash that like button. It really motivates me in pushing more of these videos. Let's rewind from 1980 to 2010. Property in the UK was a rocket ship. We saw price growth from 6 to 8% every year, far outpacing inflation and wages. I mean, people built fortunes on leverage alone. Get on the property ladder at all costs. That's what we were told, because historically, you just could not lose. Looking at 2016, and things have changed. If you bought a property in 2016, let's take London as an example, growth has halved. And a property now, you probably struggle to get the same price today than what you get in 2016, at least in real terms. And equities, by comparison, has outperformed property in the same period. So the dream has shifted. And it does beg the big question. Are we entering into a new era where property is just another asset class? Today's story is one of a tighter budget. Yes, rates have eased. We're looking around about 4.5% right now. And it is lower from last year, which was an average of just above 5%. But buyers and homeowners are spending 35% of their income on mortgage. This is way above the long-term average. And the data that we're seeing is clearly stating that buyers are making offers, but they are lower offers. And in fact, very last-minute renegotiation is also taking place as those affordabilities are stretching. So there is a sense of the market that the market is on edge, that we're on a single economic shock away from a deeper slowdown. And we've been here before, or have we? In 2008, the crash was brutal. We saw tens of thousands of repossessions, those high-risk loans, but also the increasing amount of unemployment triggered a spiral. But this time it's different, at least for now. So those lending rules are stricter. Buyers are stress tested for higher rates. And also 37% of homeowners own outright, compared to 29% in 2008. Repossessions remain 10 times lower than during the financial crisis. But there is a shadow risk here. If unemployment climbs, that's going to erode those buffers quickly. And it's going to lead to forced sales, which means lower prices. Just to clarify, the UK market does not exist in a bubble. That rising debt, but also the bond market volatility does limit how much the Bank of England can cut rates. Although we're way away from the inflation of 2022, and that has come down, the cost of living is high. And make absolutely no mistake about this. We're seeing a generational shift. Baby boomers, they're downsizing. So they're releasing more stock into the housing market. And private landlords, well, they're exiting the market. There's various reasons for this. Of course, tax is a huge reason, but also high maintenance costs. In the meantime, we've got build-to-rent corporate landlords, giants, stepping into the market and really just changing the property landscape in terms of ownership. So this is more of a blip or small blip. This is a structural change in which we're seeing as to who owns property and why. So for you buyers, this is not a time to panic, nor is it a time to expect riches overnight. Opportunities still exist, especially here in London. I mean, I'm seeing yields of 6%, something that was unheard of in 2020 or even before. And outside of London, there's also some great opportunities. But the mindset and the market has shifted from buy anything and just sit and wait to buy wisely, buy for now, and also think long term. And whether you're a homeowner looking to sell or perhaps you're a landlord looking to exit the market, it might surprise you or may not that last year, something along the lines of around about 23% of properties on the market to sell were actually ex-rental properties. This was last year. A lot of those properties may have not sold. And so, my message is clear, whether you're a landlord looking to exit or a homeowner looking to sell, price realistically. The days of bidding wars are mostly over. And those investors who are continue to want to be in the market or are new into the market, they are asking the big question, is it worthwhile? The market, or the buy-to-let market at least, is looking like an investment that must be worked for rather than waited on. So, has the golden age of UK property come to an end? Or is this just a pause before the next boom? Well, the truth is that we're witnessing a shift, whereby property does reward those who have patience and strategy. And it's not just about buying a property and waiting and sitting in. You're going to be rich overnight. The market does shift rapidly, so make sure you do subscribe to my channel to make sure you don't miss a thing. And if you want to find out the truth about the rise of corporate landlords, make sure you watch my next video, also on the description.